Okay, so this is the Overkill Security Systems fire safe. This is prototype number 1. So basically what we have here is a very large block of aluminum. I'm going to undo it. I tightened it down really good, which I probably shouldn't make a video of this. This is going to take me a minute, but we can always fast forward the video. And this is a basic screw here, but we will be switching these out for some security screws. So if somebody gets a hold of your fire safe, your brick, this is called the brick, that's okay, because they won't be able to get into it without cutting it open, so it's going to take a lot of effort. Obviously, if somebody gets it and takes it to their house and has all week to get it open, they're going to get it open. You can always drill the bolts out or whatever, but we'll be doing our first test tonight. We're going to light a fire with 2x4s, which is the typical thing that burns in a house fire. So we're going to see how this holds up to, should be around 1,000, maybe 1,100 degrees. We're going to be burning all 2x4s. So all you do, take these out, and we'll be working on other mechanisms for opening this, but it's got to be tight in order to be fireproof. And I stuffed a lot of money in here. This one's designed to hold 250 US currency bills with a thickness of whatever the thickness of a bill is. Basically, I just measured a stack of hundreds to see how thick they were, and found out that they're about a ½ inch thick. So we bored this out to fit what we believe will be 250 bills. And I did get 250 in there. I'll show it to you right now. We may come out a little bit more, but I don't want to sacrifice the thickness of the material, because what happens is the thicker this is, the less likely it is for your money to catch on fire. So who's going to buy these things?
Once I do.
Well, I don't know about you, but I know lots of people that keep cash in places that are not that secure. I have lots of clients that keep cash in their homes, their offices, things like that. And it's funny because the bank, if you have a safe deposit box, they won't guarantee you if there's a fire that they'll replace anything you have in there. And the safe deposit boxes are not fireproof, which is interesting how many people trust millions of dollars in cash to safe deposit boxes at banks that steal your information and sell it and make fake credit cards, but that's a different story. So I'm just going to pop this. I could do this with a drill in a couple of seconds, but I just want you to see what's inside here. So on the inside, it's hollow. Basically, we machined out 1¼ inch aluminum. And what we have here is, I'll leave this on camera. These are ones, obviously you can see it would take up the same space if we were using $100 bills, in which this case they would hold. So you see it starts with bill number 301, and it goes to bill number, what's the last bill? 400. This stack starts with 001 and goes to 100. So you can see there, no funny business. There's actually 100 bills here as well. That's 2 stacks. Then I have a stack here of 50 miscellaneous bills. Starts with number 101. We'll go this way, pretty easier. You gotta cut some of this out and fix it for me.
Okay.
So the first bill is number 50. And it goes all the way down to number 1. So we have 250 US bills here. Just set one in here. Actually, let's stack it straight. If you're going to put that many, if you're going to max it out, it's got to be straight or it will not fit. It's a very, very tight fit. The point of the tight fit is to allow the least amount of air possible in there, because as you all know, I hope you know this, that fire cannot live without air. So you simply take this piece, and this is perfectly smooth. That's just the cutting lines. We may polish those for you fancy guys that want the really expensive ones. And you set it down like this. And I'll just demonstrate with 2 screws in it. It lays down perfectly flat. We're going to compress the money so it's completely flat. If you get any stuck in the lip, it's not going to close all the way, and it's not really fire tight. This is not our waterproof model. We'll have a waterproof model coming out as well. So if you live in a place where it's likely to get wet, that's a good idea. Now, one of my inspirations for designing this in the first place was I've got a friend who keeps a lot of cash around, not in this part of the world, but in another part of the world. And he's got these fireproof bags, and he dropped them inside his walls of his house because he's hiding all this money. Not that he's doing anything illegal, he's just like me, he doesn't trust banks. So you can see there, that's tight as can be, and I've only got 2 bolts in it. I'll put the other ones and show you. But anyway, what he was doing is keeping this money in his walls in these fireproof bags, so if there's a fire, you know, he's still got his money. He doesn't trust banks, as I said earlier. But the moral of the story is, what he didn't count on was mice and rats. And the rats ate all of his money, millions of dollars. A fire never came, but he was moving, so he was going to get his money out. He ended up breaking the walls out because he tied strings to this money so it hung down on the wall so nobody could find it. In these fireproof bags, and guess what? The rats ate 100% of it. There was little shreds of money all down inside of his walls. And what could he do about it? Nothing. You can't go to the bank or the insurance company. It was just money gone. So there's a 0 chance a rat is going to eat through this. We will be putting a hole right here, right there, and a steel cable through it for you people who want to hang the money in your walls. So that'll be easy to do. We'll give you a steel cable up to 25 feet long if you've got a tall house. And actually, the lower, if it drops all the way to the floor, that's even better. Obviously, don't let the cable drop down the wall, otherwise you'll have to break your wall out to get your money back. But we're going to test this tonight up to about 1,000, maybe 1,100 degrees. Like I said, we're going to burn 2x4s, and the purpose of that is that's what building material most homes are made of. And this isn't designed for your spending money. If you put your spending money in here, maybe this will incentivize you not to spend it so fast because it takes a while to put it in here. This is designed for your $100,000, $200,000, $1 million, whatever you got laying around in cash that you don't want to touch. It's rainy day money, maybe buy a house money or whatever. Maybe you're like some of my crazy customers where you give tons of cash to your employees, which he'll be giving his employees these, because we're going to engrave these with 25,000 right here. It's going to look nice. So this is how it goes together. You could drop this off of the Empire State Building and your money's still going to be fine. So we'll tune in for the next test.